Hi everyone, this is Dr. Una, and if we haven't met before, I am the founder of Entre MD, and what I do is I help physicians build profitable businesses so they can live life and practice medicine on their own terms, which I think is unbelievably important in the times that we live in. The other day I had posted on Facebook and I said that one of the worst things that you can do to your ideal client is not market your product or service. And it may sound like, what does she mean? What does she mean by that? But I'll tell you what prompted it. I had a coaching call with one of my private coaching clients, and she's a weight loss doctor, and she has done amazing, like, increase her revenue by 10 times and all of that stuff. And she had done a launch for a different program, so like a vertical that she was doing. And it was her first launch, and it was a 5-figure launch. And I was like totally amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do cartwheels. If you don't know, I live for this stuff. Like, I just live for seeing doctors thrive as entrepreneurs. And I'm like so excited by the kind of results that she's had. And and then it took me back to how we first started working together. So we had met at a conference, and I had spoken about, what else? The business of medicine. And we had talked afterwards, and she's like, yeah, I think I'm going to need your services later on. And I'm like, great. And, that was that. We kind of followed up here and there a few times, but never really started working together. And one day she had posted some dramatic result that she had in her life. She had lost like 55 pounds and kept it off over a decade. And she was helping her patients do the same thing. And I reached out to her and I was like, you know what? It's time. Like, what you do is so amazing that if we put some marketing behind it, if we put some business systems behind it, there'll be no stopping you. And we're helpers as physicians, right? Our primary motive is not money. Our primary motive is we want to help people, right? I mean, like, if it's money, there's so many easier ways to do this than going to medical school. We're helpers. But the only way to really help is to provide value in a way that is profitable so you can keep providing value, right? So I reached out to her. I was like, okay, let's get on a call because, yeah, we need to do this. And when we were having that conversation yesterday, right, and all these changes had happened and all that, I was like, what if I didn't reach out? What if I felt like I don't want to bother her? What if I felt like, that's me being sleazy or I'm all up in her business and stuff like that? Where would she be? And I'm not trying to say she's not, hardworking, or maybe she'd even be doing better and all that stuff. But 10 times the revenue, 5-figure launch, like, oh my goodness, you know? So I said this story to say, when you have a business, don't think of it only in terms of the great things that I can do for my clients. You need to be thinking about both things. In fact, I think it's 50-50. You need to be thinking about delivering a really good service, a really good product, and also figuring out how to not be the world's best kept secret, right? I always use the analogy of books, right? There are best selling books. There's no category necessarily for best written books. Some of the best written books we've never read because they weren't sold, right? They weren't marketed. Nobody knew they existed. So if you're here and you own a business and you haven't yet figured out the marketing, maybe you think it's sleazy, or maybe you think it's not professional, or maybe you think, you know, you can't do it because you're not good at it. The truth of the matter is a learnable skill. If you can learn to do spinal taps, knee replacement, heart transplant, put babies to sleep, and they still wake up okay, you can figure out marketing. It is a learnable skill. It's only sleazy if it's not done properly. But you owe it to your clients, right? So me not marketing to this doctor would have been a disservice because she's doing something great. I have something that can help her make it even better. I need to make that connection, which is really what marketing is helping someone with a problem work towards a solution. That's what it is. So I want you to make that commitment. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to start working on marketing. You owe it to your clients and you owe it to yourself. Um, And I did a survey asking about, if I was going to do an event, what would be the thing you'd want to see most? There's a lot about how to start a business. There's a lot about work-life balance, but the biggest thing was marketing. That's what almost everybody picked, was marketing. So, well, you're in luck, because every year I host an event. This is our second year, called Entre MD Live, and it's all about the business of medicine. And we're going to be, there's not going to be anything clinical there. There's not going to be anything fluffy. For those who've worked with me, I'm not about the fluff. I'm about, what do I need to do to get this result? Let's go do it. That's kind of the way it is. And we're going to be looking at, why you need to be an entrepreneur in 2020. The option of not being a skilled entrepreneur doesn't exist. We're going to spend a huge chunk on marketing, on networking, on the framework of a business, whether you're an employee or you're a full-time entrepreneur, whether you just have an idea or you're already a veteran entrepreneur, whichever. But it's going to be that event that, like my clients, would change everything. So I want to invite you to it. And it's called Entre MD Live. It's June the 13th, 2020. It's an all-day event. It is a Saturday, so maybe you don't even have to take a day off. It's going to be a bunch of doctors just like you who are like, let's figure out and rock this entrepreneur thing, all in a room. It is so electric. It's such an amazing event. So I want to invite you to it. I'm going to post the link in the comments, wherever you're watching this on. And if my birthday is next week, so the rest of the world doesn't know this yet, but I am going to do a promotion for my birthday. So if you're like, yeah, I want to get, my tickets, we're going to have a birthday promo type rate. So if you would just post, I'm interested, then I will send you the code so you can put that in and get your tickets. And it's almost $100 off. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to put that out here. I would really love to see you in Atlanta, but even if I don't see you in Atlanta, I want you to start now doing what you need to do for your clients, the right thing, which is marketing your amazing product or service. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching.